So, you are thinking about a trip to Cairns. It is a fantastic idea. This small city in tropical North Queensland is your main doorway to two of the world's greatest natural wonders: the Great Barrier Reef, the Daintree rainforest. Many people flock here every year, drawn by the promise of adventure, sun-drenched days, and incredibly relaxed atmosphere. But before you start dreaming of colorful coral ancient trees, let's talk about the one thing that often decides if a trip happens or not: the cost. This guide is built to put your mind at ease, starting with the price of getting there and showing you how to enjoy this tropical paradise without draining your bank account. The first major expense for any trip is usually the flight, and getting to Cairns is no different. It's a very popular route from Australia's major East Coast cities, which means there is plenty of competition among airlines. This competition is great for you, the traveler, because it keeps prices relatively low, especially if you plan ahead. Flight costs can change a lot depending on the time of year, school holidays, and how far in advance you book. To give you a clear idea, here are some typical one-way price ranges to Cairns. Let's look at examples from major departure points. Melbourne. Expect $90 to $250 one way. The lower end, around $90 to $150, is often achievable with low-cost airlines and flexible dates. Sydney. Typically $80 to $220 one way. You can often find deals for as low as $80 to $140 during sales. Brisbane. Being closer, fares usually fall between $50 and $160 one way. So, how do you make sure you get the best possible price for your flight? There are a few simple rules to follow. The most important one is to book in advance. Aim to secure your tickets about 6 to 8 weeks before your travel date. Compare prices from low-cost carriers. Jetstar. Compare prices. Rex. Traveling midweek, Tuesday or Wednesday, is usually cheaper. Friday and Sunday fares tend to be higher. After your flight, the next big decision is where you will rest your head each night. Cairns offers a huge variety of accommodation options for every traveler and budget. Whether you are looking for a lively social scene, a quiet private room, or a spacious apartment for your family, the key is to know your priorities. Do you want to be in the heart of the action, or prefer a more peaceful location? Do you need a kitchen to save on food, or are you happy with a simple room? Hostels and dorms are the cheapest. A bed in a shared dorm typically costs $20 to $45 per night. Budget hotels and motels, around $60 to $112 per night for basic, clean rooms with aircon. Mid-range hotels, about $120 to $220 with amenities and prime location. Self-contained apartments and holiday rentals, roughly $120 to $300 plus per night, great value when split. For convenience, stay by the Esplanade. For quieter vibes, look at Edge Hill or the northern beaches like Trinity Beach. Once you have flights and accommodation sorted, think about daily expenses. Cairns has cheap takeaways and upscale dining. Mix your meals, splurge one night, save with a food court or homemade lunch the next. Cheap eats, food courts, and simple cafes typically cost $8 to $15. Think noodle boxes, sushi, hearty sandwiches. A mid-range main is usually $15 to $35. A beer or glass of wine runs about $6 to $10. Groceries, $40 to $70 per person, can cover several days of simple meals. The city center is very walkable, especially the Esplanade. For longer distances, use the local bus network. Single fares are roughly $2 to $5. Taxis and rideshares for short hops are typically $10 to $30. Bike hire, around $10 to $30 per day. Rental cars run about $40 to $80 per day. Book in advance for the best rates and flexibility. Cairns is the perfect launchpad for iconic experiences. Many activities have a price tag, so budget for 1 or 2 major tours. Balance paid adventures with free activities. The number one must-do is a trip to the Great Barrier Reef. Unforgettable for snorkelers and divers alike. Full-day outer reef trips typically cost $150 to $300 and often include lunch and snorkel gear. Some add semi-submersible tours. On a tighter budget, try half-day trips or inner reef island tours. Another classic, Kuranda in the rainforest. Ride the historic Kuranda scenic railway up and the sky rail down. Combined tickets are often $80 to $150. Guided Daintree and Cape trip tours are around $100 to $200. Rafting, skydiving and bungee, typically $100 to $400. Free highlights, the Esplanade Lagoon and sunset strolls. Local transport is compact and useful, and cheaper than taxis everywhere. Sunbus covers most areas you will visit, reliable and budget-friendly. Most day tours include hotel pickup and drop-off. Ferries are mainly for islands rather than city transport. For local exploring, walk where you can and bus the rest. Hidden gems, Palm Cove, paperbark trees, relaxed cafes, calm waters, feels far from the city. Quieter sands, Ellis Beach and Oak Beach. The Red Arrow Track starts by the Botanic Gardens and climbs to coastal views, a local favorite. Fitzroy Island, a short ferry ride, quieter than Green Island, with beaches, rainforest walks, and shore snorkeling. Explore the Flecker Garden and Conservatory, then graze the night markets for crafts and cheap eats. A trip to Cairns is also about wildlife, culture, and community. This region sits on the traditional lands of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Their culture is woven into the area. See it in art, hear it in stories, and experience it on guided tours. The wildlife is abundant, rainforest and reef, but observe respectfully. Bring insect repellent, especially in the wet season. Be croc-wise, heed signs, never swim in crocodile habitats. Visit galleries and markets in Cairns and Kuranda to appreciate and support indigenous and local art. Many cafes, tour operators and shops are family-run. Support them to sustain the town's character. Follow local rules, take your rubbish, keep to trails, and help preserve this place for future generations. Being a thoughtful traveler benefits the community and the environment. Timing affects weather, crowds, and prices. 2 seasons, dry and wet. Dry season, May to October. Warm, sunny days, lower humidity, little rain, peak tourism. Expect higher demand and prices. Book flights, stays, and tours early. Dry season brings calm seas and great reef visibility, ideal for snorkeling and diving. Wet season, Nov to April. Hot and humid with frequent downpours and cyclones, but lush rainforests and powerful waterfalls. Fewer crowds and great deals on flights and accommodation. Shoulder months offer a sweet spot. Good weather, fewer crowds, and lower prices. Important, November to May is marine stinger season. Wear protective stinger suits. Tour operators provide them. Choose the season that fits your priorities, weather, budget, and crowd levels. Planning a trip to Cairns does not have to be complicated or expensive. Book flights, key tours, and stays early to lock in deals, especially in the dry season. Choose self-catered stays, make breakfast, and pack lunches. Walk the Esplanade, use the bus, and enjoy free highlights like the lagoon and botanic gardens. Wear sun protection, hydrate, use repellent, obey croc signs, and wear stinger suits when advised. Fly smart, pick the right season, and mix free spots with 1 or 2 big tours. Your affordable North Queensland adventure is waiting.